made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start. What in the goddamn?
A while back, I beat Fallout 3 as the Mysterious Stranger, where I gave myself a gun that does 9,000 damage, but restricted myself to 1 HP. I could kill anything in one shot, but everything could kill me in one shot. It made for a simple yet interesting challenge that brought a new dynamic to the game, so I figured why not apply that concept to other Fallout games to see how it works out. I am aware that Keon Tails, another Fallout challenge runner you should check out, has done this idea, however I'm operating under a different rule set. With that said, today I ask the humble question, can you beat Fallout New Vegas as the Mysterious Stranger? There are quite a few rules, so I'll list them out for you. The main idea is that I must use the Mysterious Stranger's gun and outfit, I must have 1 HP at all times, and I can't sneak, use consumables, or recruit companions. This means I'll have to focus on taking out enemies as quickly as possible and using VATS to my advantage, as I just can't sneak or use turbo to kill everyone before they can react. The outfit and gun are only available with console commands, so I'll just spawn them in at the start. I expect enemies with automatic or AoE weapons will be the biggest threats, and I'll have to be quick saving a lot. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get started.
Can you tell me your name?
No thanks. I prefer to keep my identity a secret.
I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name.
It's really not. It's just an alias.
But you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place.
Close enough. For my stats, I just go with the Stranger's in-game stats. While they could be worse, I would probably drain strength, charisma, and endurance and max out agility and intelligence if I was doing this without restriction. Since I have too many points to assign, I put the rest into luck, as the Stranger always comes in the nick of time, and then use console commands to set it back to 5. I also set my health to 1, so any damage of any kind instantly kills me. As for my tag skills, I go with the Stranger's tag skills, which are explosives, guns, and sneak. Guns and sneak I get. He pops out of nowhere, shoots something, and then vanishes. But explosives? Not sure about that one. Since the Stranger, along with every other NPC, has no traits, I have none as well. I then proceed to drop everything in my inventory and spawn in my gun, 999,999 44 rounds, my trench coat, and my fedora. After all, the Mysterious Stranger never runs out of ammo. The gun is simply called the 44 Magnum, and has no icon in the Pip-Boy, no strength requirement, no gun skill requirement, and can only use standard 44 rounds. As you can see, it does almost 6,000 damage already, meaning it'll handily one-shot pretty much anything in the game. The Stranger's outfit has no unique Pip-Boy icon and doesn't provide any armor or bonuses, so I'm practically naked for the entire run. With my stats and equipment in place, the real game can begin. I head straight over to Sunny Smiles and toss out her little pea shooter like it's garbage. Somehow, my 6,000 damage gun doesn't shatter these bottles into a fine dust, so I get in some more shooting practice on Joe Cobb. After the failure of the bottle, I wanted to see if I could at least send this tumbleweed flying into the distance. I cannot. Disappointed, I round up all the town against the powder ganger so I have something to shoot. That is my purpose in life, after all. With my tag, sneak, and explosive skills, Trudy and Easy Pete are simple to convince. Chet is not so easily persuaded, but Doc Mitchell is a cinnamon bun and helped me for free, so we're ready to start the battle. I get 2 lucky shots from extreme range, leaving the rest with melee weapons to scatter into the town's firing line. With the battle won, I level up, getting lockpick to 25, letting me pick easy locks, and survival to 20. Survival will be useful for a perk later on. For now, I go with Friend of the Night as my perk because I've never taken it before, and I wanted to try it out. Besides, being able to spot my enemies in the dark before they spot me sounds useful when I die to a light breeze. Case in point, on the next try, I managed to get the drop on them. My pistol doesn't have the best range, but still, firing from a distance is usually the best strategy to minimize the enemy's ability to fight back. If nothing else, I can take pot shots to hopefully hit my target by chance. Explosives are something I'll really have to be careful of, as even getting caught by the very edge of one is invariably fatal. I continue my crusade against the powder gangers as I head to Hidden Valley so I can mark it down for later. My real next stop is Quarry Junction, as it seems like a much more direct route to Vegas.
That sign can't stop me because I can't read.
Hold up. There are death claws all over the damn place north of here.
Death claws? No problem, I'll take care of them for you.
Have you ever seen a death claw? You'd have to be the meanest, toughest, roughest bastard in the wasteland to have any chance against them, and I don't think that's you.
Let me ask you a question. What's the tastiest thing you've ever eaten? Yeah, can you believe some people still eat that stuff? I've got this recipe for a Deathclaw omelet that I've been itching to try out. Trouble is, I need a Deathclaw egg.
Anyways, time for a spot of big game hunting. Ah, that was relaxing.
What do you want with the Great Khans? The only Khans this far into NCR territory is me and my crew, and I didn't steal squat from you. Besides, even if some of my gang did steal from you, I wouldn't rat them out.
Huh, I didn't know she had unique dialogue if you talked to her at the very start of the game. And she marks Red Rock Canyon on your map? That's kinda cool. Anyways, after the Deathclaw far too deep in the Manosphere goes splat, I head up the side of the quarry to hunt some more for easy EXP, when one of my shots somehow flicks the night sky off like a light switch. It's really just the fact that Friend of the Night doesn't have a smooth visual transition, but still, it freaked me out for a second. Fully grown geckos award the same EXP as Deathclaws, so no harm clearing them out as well. Since they're of the fire variety, if they start breathing for even a second, I'm just dead. I've reached level 6 at this point, letting me get survival to 45 for the travel light perk, increasing my movement speed by 10%. That's going to be very useful for things like backpedaling, getting behind cover, and getting from place to place a bit faster. As I'm going to need to go back there later, I decide to mark Red Rock on my map, killing every gecko, bighorner, and mantis in my path. You gotta watch out for the Manises though, they can cover a surprising amount of distance quickly. Anyways, here's a little ditty about Jack and Diane. Two American cons selling drugs in the wasteland. Diane wants me to find out what happened to her friend Anders, which I'll get to later. For now, I helped the Great Khans in a different way, that is, getting some drug supplies from Melissa. Not before letting Chomps know I took care of his Deathclaw problem, of course. He tells me that the supplier is in Prim, which is where I needed to go anyways, so I make tracks south from Jean. I come across some more powder gangers, but luckily, since I got some NCR rep from the Deathclaw business, the NCR Radio Ranger swoops in out of nowhere to assist me. He just mysterious stranger to the mysterious stranger. Tyrone needs 300 caps for the goods since I can't pass any of his skill checks, but I know just of the place to get 300 caps and fulfill 2 objectives in the process. I head back to Quarry Junction and loot the Deathclaw Mother's Nest, which contains a super stim pack, an LMG, some loose Deathclaw eggs, a pile of eggs, and a mini nuke. With that, I return to Jas Wilkins for my reward and Chet to pawn off my stuff, leaving the LMG behind to sell later. Buying the chemicals off Tyrone, I return them to Melissa in exchange for a level up, getting guns to 50 and signs to 25, letting me hack easy terminals. Ironically, the wimpy convicts with guns in Prim are more dangerous than any Deathclaw, as I have to be quick on the draw lest I get blasted. With a bit of trial, error, and RNG, I act as Deputy Beagle's guardian angel. As for Prim Sheriff, well, the powder gangers hate my guts, and I don't have enough signs to reprogram Slim, so NCR it is. To get their support, I'll need to increase my barter skill, however. Cazadors give 50 EXP a pop, so I hunt some outside Goodsprings. I also go Rad Scorpion hunting, not only for EXP, but for a clutch of Rad Scorpion eggs that'll come in handy later. Finally, putting down some rascally coyotes levels me up, letting me get barter to 20 in the Gunslinger perk. With justice restored to Prim, I head to Nipton and begin to restore justice there.
Yeah! Who won the lottery? Powder Ganger. What? I mean, yeah, used to be, sure. Bye.
For some reason, the Legion become fixated on killing a random bark scorpion, but they soon get back in their assigned positions. This lets me report the news to Killborn and Ghost for some easy EXP, and I take out the ants for Jackson as well. In Novak, I don't bother helping the ghouls as small corridors plus fast invisible enemies equals pain. Instead, I just break into Manny's room and read the note on his computer, pointing me to Boulder City. I inform Jessup of his mess up.
What the hell? You're that courier Benny wasted back in Good Springs. Alright, quit fucking around.
And quite easily bribe the cons to freedom, leveling me up and getting me the quick draw perk. With it, I can do this. Oh, sorry. Besides getting the Hoover Dam snow globe and the Lucky 38 keycard and killing some geckos for EXP, there's nothing much to write home about on the way to Vegas, so I don't have enough money for the credit check. That can be easily remedied by selling the LMG I left in Chet's store, however.
Fancy meeting you here, friend.
Oh, Jesus, where did you come from?
Just rolling along on my spurs.
Submit to a credit check. Thank you, sir. You may proceed.
With the SIGs and lighter, I can convince Swank to let me take care of Benny outright. I could use Manny's note to send him to his room, but that's just not sporting.
Got something to say? What in the goddamn? Let's keep this in the groove, hey? Smooth moves, smooth. Hello. It was you set the cons free down in Boulder City? You did that? Oh, shit.
Hey.
Whoa.
Wow, will you?
Hey, there's the high roller. Civilizing Prim will show what we can do for everyone else in these territories. Well,
I returned the chip to house, not just for the cash reward, but so I can turn in the snow globes I've found, plus the one in the cocktail lounge for 6,000 caps. I think I was planning to use this to get the agility and intelligence implants, but I kinda forgot. Oh well. Now it's just a matter of fighting past his security.
Unacceptable behavior.
Yes man, enjoy your new gaming rig. But before I forget, I start the quest talent pool by talking to Tommy Tortini, Tommy Martini, Tommy Totinos.
Totinos, how did you know?
Tommy Torini.
Mr. House ain't the top.
What the fuck are you doing?
What? First Victor, now you? Billy Knight is easy to convince, and Hadrian just requires a few caps to get out of his contract. Bruce Isaac is another freebie, but then we have... Wait. Is that... No. My son?
Howdy there, partner. That he did. Never did know why. Ma always said he was a real mysterious fella, even when he was with her. Like he was a stranger sometimes. After Ma died, I guess I wanted to find my pa and get some answers from him. Been out here looking ever since, but he ain't an easy man to find.
Wait, why don't you recognize me? It's your father. I guess it's just my fate to always be a mysterious stranger. Fun fact about him, it was planned that if you had the Mysterious Stranger perk, shooting him in VATS would cause the stranger to kill you instead. Shame that never made it in. Anyways, with all 4 acts recruited, I decided it's time for me to have another son, preferably one that won't treat his father like a stranger. But when I reached the Thorn, 2 fiends jumped me. I kill them, causing them to 69 each other, and then I die from busting a fat one. Why? Why do I write these things in the script? I make it down there safely on my next try and find none other than a dominant redhead tomboy with possible mental issues, aka the perfect woman. She wants me to find the eggs of a variety of creatures throughout the Mojave, the first being mantises. Luckily, Vault 22 is only a few Cazadors away from Westside. Rad Scorpion eggs? Already got them. Next are Fire Geckos, which are a short hike away from Novac. Okay. Night Stalkers next. There's a few Deathclaws on the way, but nothing I haven't dealt with before. Noted. Night Stalkers are fast. Night Person might seem like a dodgy perk, but trust me, it'll save me some headaches later on. Oh, is that a child skeleton? That's dark. Cazador eggs. Done. And now, the creme de la creme. The ultimate challenge. Deathclaw, and I've already got him. Welp, that was an anticlimax. Now for a regular climax.
Before death takes us, I would know you deeper. Come with me, my hunter. Even the strongest creatures need their rest and their companionship. I've been looking forward to this.
I'm about to blow.
My big iron is all reloaded and ready to go now. Off to Cottonwood Cove. I'll be taking that, thank you.
So go to the building and take this fucking platinum chip with you.
Kaisar just wants me to deal with some robots. No problem. Ow. Ouch. Owie. Okay, there we go. Now to never work with you again. I've been putting points into Lockpick, and I even take the Here and Now purchase to dump more points into it. This will be important for something a bit later. In the interest of EXP, I free Anders, install Yes Man, and begin dealing with some of the tribes in the area. First is the Omertas. They also wear fancy hats and use 44 pistols, but
there can be only one.
So I'm just gonna go full Nurbit mode on them. Same thing with the White Gloves, can't be asked to do their side quest. All this mindless slaughter levels me up where I boost Lockpick and pick Tag to get it to 98. It's not 100, but that doesn't matter. With the Night Person perk, I gain +2 perception at night, pushing me over 100 Lockpick. This allows me to crack open the train tunnel that leads to Nellis Air Force Base, letting me skip the artillery barrage that I'm pretty sure would be close to impossible otherwise. There's a few ghouls and mines down here, but overall nothing to worry about. In fact, most of the ghouls take themselves out on the mines for you. Also, this is the only place you can find a fire helmet besides Camp Searchlight. Oddly, it doesn't give you any fire resistance when you wear it. Missed opportunity if you ask me. Now to help out the boomers. This might be harder than usual since I haven't been investing in many skills. I use my gun skill to improve the kids' curriculum, only in America, and find a little girl's teddy bear. Listening to Pete's speech also results in some easy fame, and my tagged explosive skill actually comes in handy here. I then shoot all the ants dead and flip the power back on in the munitions storage. However, that's not enough reputation for the quest to progress. To get the last little bit, I buy some missiles from the gunrunners, wait, buy some more, and turn them all into Raquel, which gets me idolized. Could have done the same thing with scrap metal, but missiles are a bit more convenient. Lastly, we have raising the lady from the water. Since I have 1 HP, if I drown for even a single second, I'm dead. Still, it doesn't take that long to get the positioning right.
What you have done for us is a miracle, child.
There's just 2 more factions I have to deal with before the final battle, the Great Khans and the Brotherhood. First, the Great Khans. Something tells me this journal will be useful soon. Papa isn't very receptive to the idea of breaking his alliance, so I leave to...
I heard you try to convince...
How did you were just... never mind. Point is, Regis the teleporter is swayed by the ledger I stole earlier, and Carl is turned into Swiss cheese after I show his journal to Papa. I can use Anders as a living example of what the Legion does to drug runners to convince Jack and Diane. Last up is Melissa, and since I already discovered her camp, she's a freebie. The only thing left to do is get Papa Khan's symbol to unite behind. Ezekiel at the 118 has just what we need, but he's not willing to just give it up, so and Papa Khan agrees to flee the Mojave. Now for the Brotherhood. I don't feel like doing the repetitive go here fetch this quest, so I'm just gonna kill him. This room's a bit trickier. Cramped, full of people, and one lady with a Gauss rifle keeps sniping me. Blind fire, then pick them off. Nah, what the hell, why not blow him up for good measure? Never hurts to be thorough. I was gonna try my hand at saving the president, but since I can't sneak, I can't pickpocket the detonator from this guy, and I don't have a high enough explosive skill to disarm the bomb on the vertibird. So I do the exact opposite. I'm gonna be honest, I never knew you could destroy the president's vertibird by damaging it enough. I'm also not sure why the NCR don't seem to mind that I blew up their president, but whatever. Time to install the override chip.
Keep moving.
Alright, now it's finally time for the Battle of Hoover Dam. The first few soldiers aren't too bad as they get distracted fighting the NCR. Just gotta line up those headshots at long range, which is made easier thanks to maxing out the gun skill. Once I get to the end though, there are 2 groups of Legionnaires that pop out, one from each side. If I deal with one side over the other, I'll get shot. What I have to do is quickly kill the first wave of Legion, hide inside the tower, then use my Securitron as a shield from the other wave and get lucky headshots on them from range. As for the NCR heavies blocking the door, I just cap them and move on. This makes the NCR hostile to me, but since they're busy fighting the Legion anyway, I can just mop up whatever stragglers stand between me and the power switch. Now that I have my Securitron army, the rest of the dam is more about not getting blown up by friendly fire, as they can handle the Legion on their own. I level up one last time where I get the Grim Reaper Sprint perk. Might come in handy, might not. Either way, it's thematically appropriate considering the character. The Praetorian Guards don't have any ranged weapons, so they're not an issue. I make sure to deal with the 2 gunners before facing the Legate, as they could prove to be a headache. Now for the final showdown with Legate Lanius himself, the monster of the East, the... I mean, to be fair, wouldn't you cower if some rando in a trench coat capped the Legate with a single shot from a revolver? Now for the actual final showdown with General Lee. Kinda deserved that for being so cocky. Okay, I'm surrounded by a general and 5 rangers. I can win the quick draw with the general with VATS, and then take down 3 of the rangers in the same round. Then it's just a matter of hip firing fast enough to take down the other 2. Phew, that was close. Not gonna lie, I was kinda worried I'd get stuck there. And that's that. I've beaten Fallout New Vegas as the Mysterious Stranger. It was hard in some spots, easy in others, but overall, pretty fun playthrough. So fun that I might consider making it a trilogy. Hey everyone, thanks for watching yet another video. I appreciate any support you can give me so I can make similar content for you in the future. If you liked the video, leave a like or subscribe. It only takes a second, but it helps me grow a ton. If you didn't like the video, leave a dislike and give constructive criticism so I can improve. Also, leave your ideas for new videos in the comments. I read all the comments that come my way and put your ideas at the end of each video. Who knows, your idea might even become an official video. If you really want to support me, go to my Patreon or become a channel member, which will get you shouted out, guarantee an opportunity to chat with me, and make your ideas much more likely to become reality. Plus, it's only 17 cents a day. Even just 20 subscribers to my Patreon would mean a lot to me, and help me put out even better content. Check me out on Reddit or Discord using the links in the description if you want to chat, or check out my second channel, The Loophole, for some extra content. This is Causal Loop, signing off. Peace.